Let's go. Let's go. Excuse me, you guys. I put up the wrong stream time. Oh shit. Hold on. My set's messed up. Give me 1 second, you guys. My set was messed up. Excuse me, y'all. The Bel Air. I had one of the shorties over today, so she was looking at the Bel Air blue, of course. You always gotta rep the Bel Air blue. When they see it, they just go crazy. Of course, the first bottle they pick up is the Dom P, but when they see that Bel Air blue, they just go crazy. Oh, it's blue. Sometimes you gotta be like, nah, baby, that shit ain't really blue. Is everything good with the stream, you guys? Let me see. It seems like my screen is black right now. Settings, virtual background, nothing. Camera. Are we good yet? Damn it. Can't see you. All right, I messed up. Yo, Iceberg, I messed up because I had the virtual background on. I had my virtual background on, but now I can't get it back. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can get that layouts, camera angle, audio, virtual background. See, I'm trying to get rid of this. I'm trying to get rid of this screen right here. I'm trying to get rid of this, you guys. I do not want this screen right now. But I did something where I cannot get rid of it. Here, let me go see if I can change this real quick. Let me see. Backgrounds. Looks like we might have to rep with something like the okay. Okay, I guess we can go blurry. Blurry, I don't mind. Blurry, I do not mind, you guys. I can do blurry while I figure out the situation going forward. Oh, remove chroma key. Everybody, just share this video while I get ready for the live stream tonight, man. We got some shit to talk about tonight. A whole bunch of news blew up. NBA Youngboy's home was raided. One of his various homes. How many does he have? I don't know, but apparently this is one that was occupied by his mother. Not only his mother, but three associates as well. Yeah, man, I was just going through a couple technical issues at the beginning of the show because I was doing something to promote the Slapface trailer on my last episode. But everybody, go ahead, share this video. We're pretty good now. Pretty good now, you guys. Everything is Gucci at this point. Everything is Gucci at this point, you guys. Yeah, nothing else I really want to put up as the background, y'all. So we're just gonna have to rock tonight with the blurry look. I hope y'all don't mind. I know there's a lot of people out there that love the death row. Y'all love the death row look. You know what I'm saying? I love death row myself, but tonight we're actually gonna be rocking tonight we're actually gonna be rocking here. Let me get this sweater off real quick, man. It's too hot in here. All right, cool. We Gucci. We Gucci. Wow. Buffalo. Buffalo's in the building. 718. That's New York. 716. That's right. Big facts. Big facts. What up, my brother? Appreciate you tapping in tonight. Hope everybody's getting rolled up. Hope everybody's having a good night, man. You know, I had to come and see everybody on live, especially when this news popped off about NBA Youngboy, plus a couple notes about Wack 100 pretty much exposing Memo600's deal with Lil Durk. Although Memo did come out a few days ago and say he was an independent artist. You know, Wack 100 kind of gave a few reasons as to why he didn't take that coveted job as a manager of Memo600. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Crypto Access AMH in the building. Salute. Shout out from Toronto. We got Toronto in the building tonight. Canada, what is going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight, man. Everybody go ahead, share this video. Roll up if that's what you're about tonight. Get your drink ready if that's what you've got, because we've got a couple major topics. NBA Youngboy's new album or mixtape or tape, whatever you want to call it, it's out. It looks like it's going to underperform. It looks like NBA Youngboy's new album or tape, whatever you want to call it, if you want to save a little, you know what I mean? If you want to save a little bit of your respect by calling it a tape, you know what I'm saying? Just because the sales weren't up to snuff, do what you do. I know it seemed like Atlantic Records had called it a tape. Well, they definitely called it a tape on their album, on their Instagram. So we'll just have to see what goes into that. Now, they're also saying that NBA Youngboy is going to be working on his album. You know, they're saying he's going to be working on his album over the next couple months. And this is kind of an appetizer. It's a very filling appetizer, though. You know, it's structured with quite a few songs. He had released Sincerely Contrell, the album. It was released on September 24th, 2021. And it actually sold 137,000 units first week. So NBA Youngboy's new album, Colors, right off of the, you know, he gets out of jail. He goes on house arrest. They got some records in the stash. You know what? They got some records in the stash. So what are they going to do? They're going to release an album. Why? To make money. That's exactly why they released the new album, Colors. And as I predicted a few days ago, I don't know if y'all were in the stream, but I predicted it. This album was not going to go to #1. This album was actually going to be in the top 5. I predicted it. Top 5 debut. What's going on, Steve? You have not missed anything. We're just getting started. I was having a bit of a technical issue with the layout. That's why I got the blurred background tonight. Hopefully that's not upsetting everybody, not being able to see the crisp death row logos. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Twix, what's popping with your G's? Appreciate you for tapping in. Hit that like button. Share this video. Lake Show says, YB getting himself in trouble. Could that be it, man? I didn't even really consider that. You know, but I did say a few days ago on the stream, like, I don't really understand why NBA Youngboy is aligning himself with this group. You know, like, okay, it's understandable. You had Quando Rondo signed. Okay, Quando Rondo's in your label. Nothing anybody can do about that. But to be shouting out the shooter, come on, man. Come on, man. Even Ja Rule didn't shout out the shooter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even you know what I'm saying? Even people in situations like that did not shout out the shooter. This situation's a little bit sticky. Chef Gilly Banks, what's popping with you, man? Appreciate you for tapping in on the stream tonight. We have some heavy topics to discuss, man. Heavy topics. Let me see 1 second here. Let me just get everything situated. Everybody hit that like button. If you're just tuning in, hit the like button and share this video. When I say share it, you say, Mikey, where should we share it? Share it to your various social media pages. If you have a Twitter, if you have an Instagram, if you have a Facebook, share it on Facebook. If you have friends that are into hip hop, share it with them. Pretty simple, you guys. But I do appreciate everybody tapping in on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's about. It's about consistency. It's about consistency and reporting when it comes to the news, and also building with your audience. That's what I think is going to be one of the strong suits of my platform. What you smoking on tonight? What you smoking on tonight? Well, I was just about to roll up the rest of this Collins Ave. You know, I got some of that Rick Ross shit on deck. Got some of that rose. Got some of that rose on deck. Let me see. Fake blogger said Lil Tim is in Youngboy's video back in 2018, and Youngboy has been shouting out shooters all the way back in 2015. Yeah, like fake bloggers is saying, it's kind of nothing new with the new crop of artists. The new crop of artists, they've got no problem with shouting out the shooter. They've got no issue with bringing them into their music video, letting them stand beside them. You know what I'm saying? They really have no issue with it. Some of these new young guys, they have no issue with putting all types of weapons on social media. Even we saw what the homie Rondo number 9 did. He put a bazooka on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? How crazy could it get when you're putting that type of thing on Instagram, you guys? But that's a good note, fake bloggers, that NBA Youngboy and them have been running with Little Tim. They have been running with Little Tim since actually 2018. Basil Allen, what's going on? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Go ahead, hit that like button, share this video. You know, I appreciate everybody that taps in. ABI 202. Let's go, Mikey. Major salute to you, brother. And Apex is in the building tonight. Now I'm smoking on that Ricky Rose. That's what I'm smoking on tonight. Let me know in here if you guys have smoked any of Rick Ross's key brands of marijuana. I'm talking about lemon pepper. I'm talking about Collins Ave, and I'm talking about that pink rose, you guys. And shout out to Bel Air. You know what we're doing on this side. We're just waiting on that official endorsement with Bel Air Rose. And then I'm even gonna I think we're gonna dye the hair blue when we officially announce the deal. So yeah, big shit popping on this side, you guys. Big shit popping on this side, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Yes, Schizo, it's going to be a great show tonight. We have some epic conversation to have tonight, you guys. Epic topics. If you're just tuning in, I was sort of just going over the fact that NBA Youngboy's new album, Colors, is out. Only one feature on there, Quando Rondo. He kept it in house. The album has actually sold 69,000 units in a single week. If you're asking, wow, 69,000 units, what number does that put him at on the charts? Because his last album came out and went to number 1 while he was incarcerated. Well, it looks like little old Mikey T might have been right here. You know, even though you're going to get streams, from creating controversy, you know what I'm saying? People say it all the time. Oh, Mikey T, you create the controversy, so you get the streams. It's good shit, brother. You know what I'm saying? They be saying that all the time, but let's keep it real. NBA Youngboy's album has underperformed in relation to his last album. The last album, Sincerely, Kentrell actually did under that. Over that, way over that. He did double that. Sincerely, Kentrell moved 137,000 units first week. Kane Prow, appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Hit that like button. He's giving us a little bit of his review of Colors. He says, I was super disappointed in the beat selection with the Quando Rondo feature. Quando Rondo feature is actually called Gangsta. Y'all can check that shit out if you're interested. Like I said, I was heavily disappointed. When I heard that record, you know, because just because of the nature of it, Quando Rondo actually mentioning Little Tim, it was kind of like it was kind of moving backwards to me. You know, as I've said before, Quando Rondo, out of everybody, has taken the biggest hit in this situation when it comes to his career. Quando Rondo took the biggest hit when it came to his career in this situation. In my opinion, he kind of lost his career. And Little Tim, he gained fame. Yeah, he gained a lot of fame, but he didn't gain enough fame to take that old spot that Quando Rondo had. So that's why I say Quando is the biggest loss of this situation. So I'm thinking Quando gets a chance to appear on Youngboy's album. He's going to take that opportunity and, go to the moon with it. He's going to take that opportunity and really spaz out. But no, he's just doing the same shit he's been doing for the last year and a half. Um, like Kane said right here, I mean, shit, anybody sees that feature on the album, they're going to be like, damn, Quando Rondo, NBA Youngboy. All right, let me go check that out. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about checking it out once is cool, but it's about making a hit record. It's about repeat value. That's what it's all about. I listened to the song once. I listened to it one other time when I had to do research for a blog. You know what I'm saying? No, absolutely no repeat value. You got an opportunity with NBA Youngboy. You better make the best damn song on the album. If I'm rapping with NBA Youngboy, I'm swinging for a hit. Let me see. Salute to you, Tanya. Appreciate you for tapping in, as I do appreciate everybody for tapping in. We're still at the intro of the show, still getting well. We started talking about some preliminary topics. NBA YoungBoy's new album Colors selling 69,000 copies first week, and his last album actually selling 137,000 copies first week. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that his album debuted, but this is the fourth U.S. number one debut on. This is his fourth number one album, which is kind of crazy. And get this, in the second week, according to Wikipedia, Sincerely Cantrell moved 71,000 units. So, in all honesty, you guys, look at the facts right there. NBA Youngboy's album moved more. His last album moved more in the second week than the first week. We're talking some real shit. I'm about to bring a guest on. Just give me the thumbs up when you're ready, bro. I know you were just doing a stream and shit. I appreciate you for tapping in. Yo, K Dot, we are not talking about From the Bayou album that he did with Birdman, but if you can get me on sales on that, I will bring them up. What it do? TV Live says beef doesn't always make better sales. Dice, what is popping, bro?
What's up, my brother?
Dice, I appreciate you tapping in, man.
Hell yeah, you already know, man. Always, man. Always tapping in with my brother, movie star, man.
You good over there? You don't got beats playing or any copywritten Bone Thugs material playing over there, brother?
Nah. Everything air. The air clear right now. The only weed in the air.
My brother.
The
So,
only thing
Dice,
loud over here is the weed right now.
Let me get your take real quick because we're talking about NBA YoungBoy featuring Quando Rondo on his album. They did a song called Gangsta on the new album, and Quando Rondo actually used this song to bring up Little Tim. He brought up how Little Tim is a gangsta ass dude. You know what I'm saying? What do you
Yeah.
make of Quando Rondo and NBA YoungBoy actually mentioning Little Tim on this album?
Oh, my other phone died. I mean, at the end of the day, that is they boy. A lot of people will probably say like he clout chasing, but at the end of the day, like I said, that's his boy, and he's just really they. I know him and Dirk going back and forth right now, and that's your boy. Ain't nothing, and they going back and forth. It's nothing. What you know, he all he did was shout his boy out. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Dice, NBA YoungBoy's on house arrest in Utah, as he loves to point out. Utah's good shit, Dice.
Utah, I've been out there a few times for some shows, but I ain't really like. I don't really know like.
Skinny from the Nine was actually just out in Utah. Utah must be some good shit if NBA YoungBoy shouting it out that heavy.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, it went up. The show went up out there. Every time I got a show, every time we did a show out there, it went up.
But I'm just saying, Dice, the man is on house arrest and he's actually, he's bringing up this whole other case. You know what I mean? He's kind of bringing up some touchy shit on his album. What do you, being an artist, do you think that's the best place for him to bring it up?
Um, I mean, that can't affect this case, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure he talked to his lawyer before he put the song out.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Now let's get into it, man. So Colors comes out. Atlantic Records, I think they save a little face and they say Colors is actually a tape, not an album. It's actually a tape, Dice.
It's a tape. What they mean?
You know,
Oh,
you
a
know what?
tape, a mixtape, a mixtape.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they know the sales aren't going to be as heavy, because NBA YoungBoy put out his album Sincerely Kentrell, and he did 137,000 units first week.
Why you
Then,
think he slowed down? What you think? What's the problem?
bro, I mean, he just he's on house arrest. Maybe he's trying to put out an album too quick. He just put out this album in September of 2021. So maybe he was
Yeah.
moving a little bit quick, Dice.
Yeah, them videos ain't looking interesting right now. I ain't gonna cap all of them house videos. Shit just looking like I ain't really interested in that shit. But I love NBA YoungBoy, man. That nigga's a talented artist.
No, he is, Dice. Interesting to note that this Sincerely Kentrell album, it actually moved 71,000 units in its second week, whereas Colors is going to move 69,000 units in its first week.
Yeah. But you know
So
what's
he,
crazy though? Now that came out, you know NBA YoungBoy got some fans. So now that them that prediction came out, I believe that they're gonna go hard and boost the numbers up.
yeah. I mean, they're always going to buy his material, Dice. I mean, it shows. They bought an album from him, what, 8 months later?
Yeah. But you don't think that the numbers could change? It says is right now. It says is going to be is predicted what 69,000, and I see a lot of his fans under the academics page under the comments, um, just just really just talking NBA young. You know what they always do, and I just feel like they're gonna boost, boost the sales up. But
Yeah.
we'll see when it drops.
Well, I think NBA YoungBoy is more than likely going to do an interview on Academics' channel in the near future, just like NLE Choppa actually did an interview, with Academics to boost up his shit. But Dice, I gotta ask you, man, because it's been reported that one of NBA YoungBoy's homes were raided. So as we know, he's in Utah, but apparently he has a house in Texas that was raided that his mother lives in. But three of his associates were actually arrested in this house. Guns were taken, shit like that, man. What do you got to say about that, Dice?
This was in NBA YoungBoy's associate's house,
This is an NBA one of the houses that NBA YoungBoy actually owns.
and how recent was this?
This just happened Tuesday morning. They raided the crib.
This nigga NBA YoungBoy, man, and that nigga is still home.
He doesn't even live there, Dice.
I'm saying though, he owns it.
Right, you're right. He's still home. So people get arrested in his house. Might that
Oh,
potentially,
so some people got arrested there.
yeah, might
With
that
the
potentially violate him?
I don't know, man. It's all on the PO, man. It's all how the PO. It's all how the PO.
I'm
That
thinking
right
they
there,
could.
that's a sticky situation, man. That's crazy, man.
I'm
I
thinking
mean,
they're living in the house, Dice. They could be his family members, but it's just not being reported yet.
yeah, he wasn't in the house. That might save him, and a whole bunch of other things. The PO could be a dick and be like, "No, you owned it," and then still try to do something. But you know, hopefully he good.
Yeah, they're like, damn. So we let you out, he let you out, and now you're back, and now you got your homies living in your other house and shit like that. But I don't think personally, just knowing rappers, Dice, I don't think whether he was in jail or not would have made a difference if his homies were living in that house.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy about him being in Utah, though, man.
Yeah, that shit wow. I'm
Yeah,
looking
Dice.
forward to the album. When does it drop?
It's out now, bro. It's out now.
It dropped
Colors.
today.
It dropped on the 21st.
Oh, okay.
Yep. NLE Choppa pushed back his album, which I thought was a little weird, but it's like, honestly, man, if you want that proper rollout, you need to go to academics right now for the record.
Yeah,
But yeah, Dice.
I can
Holla at me
definitely.
in a little bit, brother.
Oh,
Appreciate you for tapping in.
okay. You already know, man. You already know, movie star. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. You already know, man.
That's
Maybach
my
Dice
brother.
got you.
Young Dice, Maybach Dice, very rich Dice. Lazy Bone actually picked Dice up, brought him over to Harmony House. They've been rocking ever since. Danny Gray in the building. He says it can't touch him if he hasn't been in contact with that house. That kind of reminds me of a situation. You guys, when the Rollo incident happened. In the first situation with Rollo, when he was actually not present at the scene. So he was never actually arrested. Is y'all ready for Gotti CM10? Yo Gotti's saying this is going to be the last, I want to say, Collection Music 10. He said the last album. I'm not buying that. It's going to be his last Yo Gotti album. But K Dot, I will say more than likely it will be the last CM album. So that's dope. Yep. Major salute to Dice. He's working, man. Major salute to Dice. He's definitely working. Erica, appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Major salute. Yep. That was the home, well, the home that he owns that his mother lives in as well. But there were 3 associates in there, K Dot, and I'm wondering what's going to get released about those associates, y'all. I'm wondering if it's going to be that they're related or if they're co-defendants from past cases. Any of this information could play a difference. Richard, I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Major salute to you. Appreciate you for tapping in. K Dot says facts. That will not be his last album. I think it's going to be the last album. I think it's going to be the last album that he does in the CM section, though. Rochester's in the building. Major salute. Major salute to Rochester tapping in tonight. You know I got love for Rochester. Major salute to Rochester, all of upstate New York. All of upstate New York. Appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. You know I've been rocking with upstate New York. My brother Dirty O from Niagara Falls, Benny the Butcher from Buffalo. I actually took that long-ass trip. Up to Buffalo just to get that interview. And that shit was worth it. You guys. Let me see. Damn, Danny. Come on, man. You gotta go check out that record called Lifestyle. Yo Gotti featuring Lunch Money Lewis. That's my bro right there. Memphis. That's right. Hit that like button if you haven't already. K Dot says DJ Paul will always be the king of Memphis. Yeah, exactly, AB. Yeah. The cocaine music mixtapes or the collection music, however you want to refer to them, they had to dumb it down a little bit. They had to make it a little bit more PG. They had to get you know what I'm saying? They had to be a little bit more respectful when it came to actually putting albums in Best Buys and Walmarts and shit. So they're calling it CMG. You know what I'm saying? They're calling it CMG, Collection Music. That's right, everybody subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Fake blogger said his cousin Marlo was one of the 3 men arrested, and the others 2 are 4KT members, and his cousin was one of the guys arrested with him and 16 others in 2020 in a SWAT raid in Baton Rouge. Is that when they were all arrested out there for shooting the music video when NBA Youngboy was originally taken into custody? What's going on? Positive beats, negative. Major salute to you for tapping in tonight. You know, I got love for y'all tapping in on a regular basis. If anybody on here is not following me on the gram, I'm going to let you know right now. I will follow back everybody watching this video right now. So whoever follows me back, I'm going to follow y'all right now. You heard? Everybody that follows me back right now, I'm going to follow y'all on the gram. So just click that link, click right back in. But let's get into some of the news tonight now that we sort of broke down what's happening with NBA Youngboy's albums. You know, the new one possibly going to underperform a little bit. Dice did make a good suggestion that with the sales projections coming up, maybe another 15, maybe another 20,000 fans will come out and boost those sales from 70 to possibly 85,000. But in all honesty, the dude just put out an album in September 2021. So I really don't think that moving 70,000 units of another group of material is that bad. You know, he's really proven something to me. Hopefully he doesn't take it hard and the label doesn't take it hard. But like they said, that he's going to be working on a new album. Dice was saying, I think Dice said those videos weren't hitting too well either. You know, because we've seen it with Gucci Mane. We saw it with that with 6ix9ine, how their run was affected by having to shoot videos at home. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Oh shit, I gotta actually move my notes over. I actually got to move my notes, you guys. Just give me 1 second so I can get my notes situated and we can get into the show. You know, we got to talk some Wack 100 tonight. What would the internet be if Wack 100 wasn't tearing that shit up, right? What would the internet be if Wack 100 wasn't tearing that shit up? You know, he's on a tear. You know, he's talking about some shit. You know, he's actually exposing his own hand a little bit, because I got to say, I called it 100% when Wack 100 found out that Memo600 didn't have the connection with Lil Durk anymore. He was going to lose interest. Sure, you can have the connection with Empire. That's dandy. Having a connection with Ghazi, that's cool. But honestly, when you don't have Lil Durk on your side no more, you're going to lose a lot of that clout. And I got a feeling that is what made Wack 100 lose interest. But Wack explained that he was not the one seeking Memo600. He explained that he was actually not the one seeking out Memo600. So we're going to get into all of that shit tonight, you guys, because that's very interesting to me. Because I thought Wack 100 was trying to form a record label. I thought Wack 100 was trying to put together a record label, you guys. I thought that meant he was actually out there looking for talent from this city and that city and this city and one down there. I thought he was out there actively trying to be a great A&R. So that's why I was like, oh, this guy, he's got Blueface, California. I thought he'd move over and grab Memo, Chicago. It only makes sense. Yeah. Tell me, Apex. Tell me. Didn't I predict that too? Didn't I predict right here in front of the death row posters that Wack 100 was going to be having his own podcast? Didn't I say that? You know, everybody was like, oh, Wack 100 has stake in Clubhouse. He has stake in Clubhouse. If he does or doesn't have stake in Clubhouse, it does not mean he's not going to start his own podcast. I predicted that shit, you guys. I don't know how many of you are going to say, yes, Mikey T is the blogger on the internet that predicted that. It wasn't B. Dot. It wasn't Elliot Wilson. It wasn't Shaheem Reed. I'm sorry. It was none of those guys. It was Mikey T, the movie star. I saw the podcast set up. I mean, it's cool. I would love to go be on Wack 100's podcast one day. I mean, shit. I don't think there's any other interviewer that turns it up like me on this shit. They're probably going to go. They're going to be like, damn, Mikey T, what? He did 35 live hours on the internet last week. I mean, I did 7, but Mikey T, the movie star, did 35 live hours on the internet. That's it. Dallas is in the building. Major salute to Dallas on the tap in. Let's get into the first topic, and I think we should start right there with Wack 100. I think we should start right there with Wack 100 and him pretty much exposing his whole relationship with Memo600. Kind of crazy, right? Wack plus Memo equals 700. Let's move on. So Wack 100 and Memo were arguing about the Empire situation with Ghazi that Wack apparently said he was calling around and asking about. Excuse me, you guys. So apparently Wack 100, as we all know, Wack 100 was calling around and asking about Memo600 situation. He was trying to find out if he could get involved in the whole thing that was going with Empire. He was trying to figure out if this kid was actually had paperwork with Lil Durk. Why was he trying to find out if he had paperwork with Lil Durk? To leverage the situation, you guys. That's pretty much what he was doing. He was just going to try to leverage the situation and then say, oh, I had a part of reconnecting Memo600 with Lil Durk. You know, it's really crazy when you can just like see that vision so clearly. It's like you got to be a little bit more original than that. You know, don't you think Memo600 would have already taken that route if it was possible? I just don't understand why Memo600 would think he would need Wack 100 in order to link back up with Lil Durk. But from this conversation that they had, I quickly understood that Memo600 did not think like that. He was actually questioning Wack 100 why he wanted to link up with Lil Durk. You know, he's like, why do you want to do that? It's like, why are you just trying to get to Lil Durk? I'm right here in front of you. Am I not who you are going to deal with? People can call that shit out really, really quick. Iceberg said anybody can buy stocks in Clubhouse. That don't mean you own it or owe them anything. Mad people in the chat was acting like Wack was the CEO of Clubhouse or something. Well, Iceberg, you know, people back in the day thought I owned World Star Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? I had so many people coming up to me because my name was Mikey T, the movie star. They thought that played right in with World Star. So people thought that we went hand in hand. I never was able to really get a relationship with Q. Never got to build with Q whatsoever. We probably would have taken shit to the moon. Rest in peace to Q. I did deal with Jay because Jay was right under Q. Jay eventually got let go from World Star or something along those lines. But I was rocking with Jay because he saw me going from nightclub to nightclub in Miami, and he just knew I wasn't like anybody else. What's up, Gomez? Appreciate you for tapping in. I want everybody in here to hit that like button, share this video. Mikey T, the movie star's here. King of the bloggers. We're back again. Another round of blogs. More news. More kush. So yeah, let's get into it, man. This whole situation with Wack 100 and Memo600. So Memo said, first of all, my whole vibes was that you were not effing with me. I don't know I don't know why you're searching me or looking me up. Like it seemed like Memo didn't understand why Wack 100 was working his material, why he was calling around, because apparently Memo was not even hearing from Wack himself. Wack said it's the pecking order of the business, pretty much trying to keep it business with him, right? He's trying to keep it business with him. Like, listen, when somebody's going to start working with you, they're going to start calling around about you. But you know what? In that type of situation, when you start calling around about people, you usually keep in contact with the person that you're calling around about. You know what I'm saying? You would more than likely, hey, I just called this person about you. He told me XYZ. Yo, I can't get a hold of this guy about you. Can you maybe do something? You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of contact that happens when you're, working somebody's project. So Memo said, I was asking you. Memo actually got into what he was asking for Wack as a manager. He said, I was asking you for studio time because that's what managers do. Studio time, that's what managers do. Um, that's not all the way accurate, man. Like, studio time, that's what managers do. That is such a small portion of what goes into being a manager, my man. If you cannot book your own studio time, we've got a problem here. We have got a problem. First of all, Wack 100 is all the way in California. You are in Chicago, my friend, and you're talking about a man so many hours away booking your studio time. That makes absolutely no sense. And I can't tell you how annoying it is being a manager type myself to hear that that's what managers are supposed to do. Nah, man, you should have a line on a damn engineer that you work with and that knows how to master your sound. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be see, I'm not really going to just ride one side of the fence. I'm going to keep it real where I can. I'm going to keep it real to the situations that I've experienced. I have brought artists to the studio and shit like that. But if an artist can't bring himself to the studio, it's like that saying: you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. If you are a name brand artist who can go on the internet and you can make a video that does 25,000 hits in a day, you better have a connection to get your own ass in the studio, my friend. And I'm just being 100% real about that. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't make sure that you can get your own ass in the studio to make some records, like, I just got to be real about that. It's no disrespect to Memo600 because he sounds like a solid G. You know what I mean? He sounds like a cool dude. Nah, Jay. Hell no. We ain't off, baby. Especially when there's breaking news. Especially when the SWAT team is running an NBA Youngboy's crib. Not even the crib he's at in Utah, right? They run into the crib that's actually in Texas. I don't know how many cribs NBA Youngboy has. You know what I'm saying? I've heard multiple different stories about rappers having cribs here. They have a crib here for the girlfriend. They got a crib over there for their family where they go sometimes and they live as well. We're going to get into that because that is actually the main event topic. Right now, we're actually speaking on Wack 100 going at it, going all the way at it with Memo600, you guys. New York, what's poppin', man? Share this video if you're in here. Share this video if you mess with Mikey T, the movie star. Share this video if you want to see me grow to be the hottest new blogger. You're like, nah, man, I don't really want to see you grow to be the hottest new blogger, Mikey T. I just want to see you messed up. You know what I'm saying? Julio Don says, stop listening to Wack 100. Julio, y'all did it. Y'all did it. Wack 100, I remember a time where I was more famous than Wack 100. I remember meeting Wack 100 when I was more famous than Wack 100. But you know what? Right now, Wack 100 is at the top of his game, and you just cannot deny that, man. You just cannot deny that. He's actually more popular than both of his artists. I mean, one of his artists apparently sold 8 million, but he's got a bigger buzz than his artist right now. We'll get into that in a little bit, man. So Wack had said it was a pecking order of business trying to keep it all business minded on him, like trying, how some dudes do. It's like, bro, we ain't talking about business no more. He said, I was asking you for studio time because that's what managers do. And that's sort of where I went off on a tangent. Wack screamed, I'm not your manager though. But he said one key word. I'm not your manager though yet. We not none of that. But the key word is yet. And you know what, man? A lot of times we've seen Wack argue with dudes on the internet, make them more popular, and then end up wanting to sign them. Never in history have we seen that type of bullshit tactic before, you guys. Never in history have we seen a bullshit tactic where some guy beats somebody up and then tries to sign them to his record label. It didn't work with Stitches. I'm sorry. It's not going to work here with Memo600 either, Wack. It's not going to work here either, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not the best way to build up an artist, man. To knock him out or to figuratively knock him out on Clubhouse and then resurrect his career. That's the blueprint. Suge Knight had death row. He grabbed the hottest producer from the hottest group. He converted the Crip Snoop, and then he brought the guy back from jail. That was Suge's blueprint. Wack 100's blueprint, knock your artist out and then sign him. Very big difference in each of their blueprints, man. Very big difference in each of their blueprints. Yo, what's going on? Colossal the Don, appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. 215 Philly, major salute to you for tapping in. Appreciate you guys. I hope you noticed my new interviews that I dropped. I'm doing a whole new style and way of dropping interviews, you guys. 2 to 3 minute clips, right? Focused on the news. So go check out the 3 videos I put up with Cassidy today. More from that interview and more of all my interviews coming soon. But let's get into this because Wack pretty much answered a question that I think we all had over the last few months. Is Wack managing Memo600? Is Wack bringing a Chicago guy onto his team? That's a question that we all had, you guys. Wack said, I'm not your manager though yet. We none of that. Memo explained, Memo said, first of all, there were plenty of days and weeks where you were claiming to be my manager. There's a whole recording on YouTube and all of that. Now, I haven't listened to every single conversation with Memo600 and Wack 100, but I'm sure some of you out there could say if he actually has been having conversations like that. I mean, to me, it seemed like Wack 100 was in the midst of picking up Memo600. I mean, the guy called around to Ghazi from Empire. He called around to Lil Durk himself. Got on the phone with Chief Keef, apparently. A couple different things. So kind of sounds like you were taking a role as a manager, trying to see if there was a level of interest for you there. But I'm calling it. I'm calling it out because sometimes talent doesn't do the trick. And if you're an artist, I apologize to this for you. I apologize to you if you're an artist for this because sometimes there's an A&R out there who just works like this, where he's really just trying to use your connections rather than try to use your talents to make you blossom and grow as an artist. He just wants to use your connections. And then he finds out if there's no connection there, that there's no reason for him to be there. And I'm just being 100% real on that. I've seen this happen in the game a number of times. Somebody sees that there's no connection there, they're done. You know what I mean? Somebody sees that an artist has jail time coming up, they're done. You know what I mean? Even if they've already signed the record deal. Oh, his partner went to jail, shelved the project. Oh, he's going to jail, No G Unit deal for him, even though they wanted to sign Shine. Makes no sense. They're not, G Unit's not going to sign Max B and not fight Max B's case, but they wanted to sign Shine. Yeah, makes all the sense in the world. Makes all the sense in the world. Kaboom! Guess who stopped in the room? What's popping, man? Integrity minded. Who's that, brother? Julio Don says, I thought OTF already signed Memo600. Well, Memo had said the other day that he got his release from OTF. Why would he want his release from OTF? Why would he want his release from OTF? Probably because nothing was being done with him. You know what I mean? OTF is not really a label that's moving right now. I don't know why anybody would give a shit about being signed to OTF, other than the fact that you're affiliated with a major group. OTF is not Maybach Music. You know what I'm saying? When you signed to Maybach Music, there was a potential that you were going to have an album with Warner Brother or with Atlantic Records. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even Omarion went on to sign a album deal when he was at MMG. But I'm just saying, to be real, OTF has not come together as a record label at this point for everybody to be, drooling over the thought of it being OTF/Empire. You know what I'm saying? Just to add another credit, another notch to your belt. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I made Lil Durk's artist from OTF work that wasn't going to work. You know what I'm saying? Newsflash, King Von already blew up. Lil Durk has an opportunity to make OTF something. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's going to stop. What up, Royal King? Appreciate you for tapping in. Let's get back into this. So Wack. So Memo explained, first of all, no, we read that. There's a recording on YouTube, he said, where Wack has, variously multiple times said that he was working with him. Wack said, no. I said, I'm going to do business with you. Anybody that I manage is going to tell you, Wack move, and I'm moving fast and strong. You can't manage nothing you ain't got paperwork on. That line right there hit me. You can't manage nothing you ain't got paperwork on. So, yeah, because it's mad cool when you sign an artist. You know what I'm saying? It's really cool when you sign an artist. You know what I'm saying? You sign an artist that has an affiliation. You know what I mean? It makes it cooler. It makes it cooler for the CEO to sign an artist that has an affiliation so they can build off of that. But also sometimes some managers just don't know how to build talent unless they have another bridge. You know what I'm saying? Another landline. Unless they've got a safety net. What else do you want me to say? I think the proof is right there. You don't want to mess with him now that you found out that his relationship with Lil Durk is no more. How petty. How petty is that shit? And I bet you the lame ass idea of Memo600 featuring Lil Durk in the game came through Wack 100's mind. He's got such crispy ideas. As he said here, everybody knows that Wack moves fast and strong. Yeah, fast and strong. So fast and strong that you got the game signed with E1. The game is signed to E1. The game signed to E1 after Geffen dropped, after he parted ways with Geffen. He didn't get dropped. He probably completed his album requirement. But please, if you move so strong and so fast, why wasn't the game signed to Def Jam? Why didn't the game sign to another big major record label? Why didn't Warner Brother sign the game? I'm just being real. I'm just being real on that note. But Wack said, I didn't go looking for you. I didn't go looking for you, which is news to me. I thought being Mr. CEO, would be going to look for talent. You know what I'm saying? I thought Mr. CEO would have been going to look for talent, but apparently Memo600 sought him out. But I'm sure that's an argument for another day. Memo said, with or without you, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. You get your money. I respect that. Keep doing what you're doing. So Memo sort of retreated. You know what I mean? He retreated. He's kind of got no reason to beef with Wack. Memo is kind of outspoken though when it comes to other rappers. You know, the other day I was going over the fact that he said he had better songs than Chief Keef. So he's saying Wack has a problem though. Wack actually has a major problem. And the major problem comes from what we all thought. It actually comes from the mention of Busted Down Tatiana. It comes from the mention of Blueface. That's right. It comes from the mention of Blueface. So Wack brought up where the problem started with Blueface. He said, here go the thing. What did Blueface have to do with it? That's what Wack wanted to know. He wanted to know, what did Blueface have to do with the situation? Memo responded on the Blueface situation. He said, I just compared myself to him. I just said my music is better than his. So somebody in the chat had actually asked Memo, does he regret saying that, being that Blueface was considering on bringing him on a tour throughout Europe? Okay, let's be honest, you guys. A tour throughout Europe. A tour throughout Europe. Oh, it sounds great. I'd love to go tour throughout Europe. But how is somebody that has felony charges, somebody that may be or may not be on probation? We don't know that situation with Memo600 right now. So all I'm saying is it's really easy for a mainstream, semi-mainstream artist to come out here and say, hey, come to Europe with me, man. I bet he doesn't have his passport. Invite him to Europe. I bet he doesn't have his passport. He'll have to say no. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. That type of game is what I think is going on. So Memo said, no, I don't regret it. I don't regret it because I actually said that after I knew he already asked me. Memo already was aware. He had already been asked, apparently, before he came out here and said all that shit. I mean, we saw how he popped off on Chief Keef, though. You know, he popped off on Chief Keef even though he said he still wanted to hear if it was even true. He popped off before he even knew the truth about the situation. So for him to actually say that he's better and to compare his music to Blueface, maybe it isn't the biggest deal. You know what I mean? But Wack seemed to think so. Wack responded, why you never said nothing? Why? He never said nothing bad about you. He gave me a green light. He said, I don't know him, but I could get to know him. Apparently, Blueface was interested in giving Memo600 the benefit of the doubt. Apparently, he was giving him the benefit of the doubt. And in my mind, Memo600 just blew an amazing opportunity. Wack said, I'm doing business with you, but he said he wasn't his manager yet. The key word being yet. And maybe some standard of relationship needs to be set up by going on a tour like this so you can get a feel for the artist and determine if you actually want to manage them. That could be what's going on here. But like I said, we don't know Memo600's background. He could have said, oh, this dude invited me to Europe knowing damn well he can't travel, you know? 1017 says Memo is wildin'. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yesterday, Chief Keef. Now he's going at it with Wack 100. But I mean, the guy, he has a right to be pissed off. You know, when you got somebody who's going out there, he's making moves on your behalf, trying to work your name, but then he's coming up empty-handed, right? A guy's going out there, he's trying to maneuver your project, he's working your name, and then he comes back empty-handed, so he doesn't even want to reach back to you. He doesn't even want to answer the phone. Memo600 said he couldn't even get a hold of Wack 100 to hear of the positive or negative nature about what was going on. Let me see. Terrence said he is looking for talent in reference to Wack 100. He is looking for talent. Wack just wants international talent. Not everyone is built for that as an artist. All right, so Blueface has international talent appeal, obviously, because Blueface was talking about inviting Memo600 to a European tour. So that right there off the rip tells you that he's got international appeal. Memo is wildin'. Yeah, he is, man. He is. Let's get back into this, though. I did not roll up yet. Yeah, no, I feel you, man. I feel you, bro. You're just stating what you think Wack 100 is looking for: international talent, international appeal. Wack said, "Why? You never said he never said nothing bad about you. He gave me the green light. He said I don't know him, but I could get to know him." Memo replies, "It's cool. I don't need his help." Wack said, "Didn't I tell you when I got off the phone that I was going to call Ghazi?" Wack said, "Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Did you change your number? The number I got, you can't call." Memo said, "Yes, you can. Call it right now." So he sort of wanted to put Wack on the spot. Like, if you got the number in your phone, if you've actually got it saved, call it right now. Wack said, "You saying that I didn't send you a screen recording showing you that I called?" Memo said, "You can text and whatever else, I was texting you." So Memo was texting him, like he said, he was texting him and it went unresponsive. Wack said some information that I didn't even know nothing about. He said, from December 10th to January 17th, the books are closed. No business. So that means there's only so much that I can do. But he said this as well about Durk. But if Durk is your man's, you could have got the paperwork. I asked if you were released. See, it keeps coming back to Lil Durk. How bad do you want to sell a unit? If you just sell a unit based off of Lil Durk, there's going to be no units to sell on your own. If you just base all of your sales off of another man, you're never going to make nothing of yourself. It's called building from the ground up. But how can I expect somebody to understand this that came in to an artist that was already fully put together and started managing him? Jesus. Must I break this down further? So Wack said, if Durk is your man, you could have got the paperwork. I asked if you were released. Memo thought Wack was calling Ghazi because Empire distributed his music. But Memo asked, so Ghazi understood why or Memo understood why he's calling Ghazi, right? Empire. Makes complete sense. But Memo asked why he needed to speak with Durk. Why do you need to speak with Durk? That's some groupie shit. That's some groupie shit. You want to talk to Lil Durk? Come on, man. Who are you doing business with? It gets annoying seeing this shit in the game. You know what I mean? You can really pick these guys out of a crowd. You know what I'm saying? These type of dudes who do it for the clout. You know what I mean? Like it's absurd sometimes. Memo asked why you need to speak to Durk. He replied, if you sign to Durk, I need that release. Wack said, you didn't do your side. You didn't do your side. What I didn't like was the fact that it made no sense to go and create a beef where there shouldn't have been a beef. If you can't admit you were wrong for going at that man, you will never have growth. This is what Wack 100 said in regard to his beef with Blueface. And then he also said to him, Wack also said to him, the streets know. Like he got like He got real with him, you guys. He said the streets know. Sorry. And let me know in the chat if you agree with this, man. Let me know if you agree with this in the chat. He said the streets know that Blueface has better music than Memo600. Like, he legitimately told him that. And then he said the numbers show we got 8 platinums. That's what Wack said in regard to Memo telling him that he had better music than Blueface. Yeah, and that's what Wack said. What I didn't like was the fact that it made no sense to go and create beef where there shouldn't have been a beef. If you can't admit you were wrong for going at that man, you will never have growth. So Wack really took a big issue with him dissing Blueface. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, like you said right there, the man has 8 platinum albums. Apparently, Blueface was going to bring dude on tour with him all over Europe. So obviously there's a tour set up with Blueface that Wack 100 is profiting off of. So that should just pretty much spell everything out right there as far as why Wack is going so hard about on Memo600 for having an issue. You know what I'm saying? For having an issue with his artist. So let's get into it. The next topic, NBA Youngboy's home was raided. One of NBA Youngboy's homes were raided. Let me see. So NBA Youngboy's home has been raided. His Texas home, where his mother actually currently resides, as crazy as that sounds, a SWAT raid happened at one of NBA Youngboy's residence. Now we know he's in Utah, so obviously he's in Utah on house arrest. So obviously we know he was not there in Texas. But the question is still like, what the hell? Why are they raiding this man's house and he's out of jail still? You know what I mean? It's like you let this man out on house arrest. What the hell could you possibly be going to raid his house for? You know, but there were some arrests made at the house, at the residence. So maybe they were serving a warrant, is the only thing that I've got to be thinking. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether who these people were that have been arrested, I do not know. What relation they have to NBA Youngboy and his mother, I do not know. You know, for all I know, it could be revealed that he is a family member. All 3 of them are family members, cousins, second cousins, nephews, uncles, brothers. It could be anything like that as to why they were in the house. But will it fall back on NBA Youngboy? The fact that he was harboring potential felons, potentially people running from the law in his home. Will this play a factor in NBA Youngboy? Will they say, listen, we have you released in Utah. We give the courtesy of you being released, and you're going to do some shit like this under our nose? So I really don't know what's going to happen in regard to NBA Youngboy, but I did mention earlier that Rollo had a similar situation to this because the first time that the marijuana was found in Rollo's case, Rollo was not on the scene of the crime. So Rollo technically was out for a whole nother 4 months. Rollo was technically out for a whole nother 4 months until the incident happened again in April. Whatever amount of months it was, guys. The first incident happened in December. The second incident happened in April. So he was actually out because he was not found at the scene of the crime. So I'm thinking maybe Braylon says, what did he do? Let people stay at his home? People do that all the time. No, Braylon, you're 100% accurate. But when you are a felon, in this country, you lose a lot of rights, you know, especially when you're coming out on house arrest. You lose all interaction with people who may be felons, people who may be convicts, people who have records. You use the ability to be in contact with them. So I'm saying these people may be family members of his. These people maybe they had a right to be in the house. Maybe NBA Youngboy paid their bail, and as a precaution of the bail, they needed a place to stay. And NBA Youngboy's lawyer was able to sign off on them actually staying at one of his residence. Any of these things could play into it. Any of these things could play into it. NBA Youngboy isn't a normal person. He's not the everyday person. He's got a whole lot more money to play with than the everyday person. That's why he has multiple residents. So is that something that plays a part in the conditional release of a felon? If he has multiple residents, can he have other known felons live in those dwellings? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't study that shit. That's something that we're going to have to wait to see come out. But honestly, I think those are the least of NBA Youngboy's worries. Of course, unless they throw his ass right back in jail over this. I got to say these are the least of his worries, because in a record, NBA Youngboy said he's facing 7 years in jail. He said he's facing 7 years still while he's out on house arrest. Let me see. Scalbino, excuse me. He says NBA Youngboy is on house arrest. My take is, why is dude still trolling on social media and also in his videos? Guess NBA Youngboy just don't give a F anymore. Wrong choice if you're a felon. 100%, man. When you get released, and I think NBA Youngboy was really, really happy to be released. They were really pushing for some serious shit in his case. I think they were pushing for 10 years. Now I'm hearing talk of 7. He's really lucky to get out. To be trolling in such an aggressive manner, I don't think that's right either, man. And it obviously didn't pan out when it came to the sales. You know what I'm saying? It did not pan out when it came to the sales, because the new tape, Colors, is only moving 69,000 units first week. Hell no, I'm not hating on NBA Youngboy. What did you just tune in? You need to rewind this video. Go all the way to the start, but skip through about 2 minutes because I was trying to fix the color on the screen. I was going all black. JP says, I wish they would rid rap and hip hop of active criminals and uncreative MCs who only rap about crimes they want to commit or have committed. JP, we all have our own thoughts as far as what our favorite hip hop music is, man. I will not trash you for your thoughts, bro. So let's see. So in regard to that, I'd also said I don't really. So NBA Youngboy home has been raided, a home of his in Texas, where his mother currently resides. As crazy as it sounds, a SWAT raid happened at one of his residents. I'm not familiar with NBA Youngboy's living situation, other than he's on house arrest in Utah. Now, when I say that I'm not familiar with his living situation, rappers are crazy, you guys. We heard an interview with Fetty Wap talking about how many apartments he owned. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how many apartments he owned. And then we hear Blueface talking about he has a crib with his mom, his family, but then he also has a whole different crib for a playhouse. So I really don't know how many homes NBA Youngboy owns. He must have some in some of the best cities to end up in Utah, of all places. So it's just really unfortunate that a raid has to happen like that. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that a raid has to happen like that on NBA Youngboy's home. It's pretty ridiculous to go raid the dude's mom's house. I mean, I understand that they did make 3 arrests. They had 3 arrests. Now, whether that was people who were jumping bail or people who had caught previous charges or whatever the hell it was, you know what I'm saying? I'm a victim of a raid as well. I wasn't even at the house when they raided my crib, and my dad was in a wheelchair, and they raided my house. You know what I'm saying? Total disrespect for my house. My dad was a fireman back in the day. He was the fire chief, actually. And they ran up in his house and shit, and they didn't find shit. So, well, they did come back with with my whole ashtray, and they brought a couple seeds, and then they brought this big ass scale that my friend brought over because we were buying an O, but he brought over this big ass scale that weighed pounds and shit of like sugar. It's always good to have a scale so you can make sure you get that 28 grams. But they went totally ape shit on me for nothing and totally made a mockery of themselves in front of my dad in a wheelchair raiding his home. So to do that in front of NBA Youngboy's mom, I think those dudes should be straight up ashamed of themselves. I hope she wasn't there. People could just be so damn dastardly sometimes, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, how about I put your little dumbass on timeout, bro, for them stupid ass comments. RG88. RG88, baby. Yo, RG88. First of all, Gunna's album dropped last week and it sold 152,000 copies first week. RG88. Now, NBA Youngboy's album is dropping and it's selling 69,000 copies first week, debuting in the top 5 as I predicted. Also, just a note, Sincerely Kentrell, his last album debuted at number 1. Now there's a difference. There's a difference, bro. Colors is actually a tape in comparison to Sincerely Kentrell being an official studio album. That album debuted at number 1 with 137,000 copies sold first week. And in second week, it did 71,000. So in realistic terms, NBA Youngboy's last album sold more in its second week than his new project Colors did in its first week. And that is the accurate truth. That is the accurate truth. I follow sales. I follow album sales, man. There's a reason that they call me Mikey T, the movie star, y'all. I see Eric took down his comment about Bow Wow really quick. Yeah, you don't want to be saying everything on the internet like that, bro. He said Bow Wow is the GOAT, and then he deleted that shit like ASAP. Hilarious. RG88 says NBA Youngboy lives in Utah. Yeah, very strange, man. Very strange that he lives in Utah. You know what I'm saying? I was actually asking my boy who was on the stream a little bit earlier. It must be something about Utah. Utah must be extra lit for him to be. He mentioned it on his song like 5 times. See, RG's he's doing a little bit of NBA Youngboy defending here, but I appreciate that. It adds to the conversation. Colors had no marketing. He dropped at midnight and told people 5 minutes before his drop, unlike Gunna, who went on a month marketing campaign. Well, bro, Gunna's album actually went to number 1, just so you're not mistaken. But that was last week. Now, this week, let me talk about you saying Colors had no promotion. Colors came out with several tracks, nothing really single worthy in my opinion, but he had several tracks taking aim at Lil Durk, several tracks mentioning King Von. This is on NLE Choppa. He had a shitload of marketing. He decided to take the route of dissing other rappers to market his album. That's the way that he took it. That's the way that he took it, man. So you can't really say that NBA Youngboy had no marketing. They're talking about NBA Youngboy everywhere you turn. Everywhere you turn, they're talking about NBA Youngboy right now, you guys. Whether it's on DJ Academics podcast, whether it's on the Breakfast Club, you know what I'm saying? They're talking about NBA Youngboy. So I don't want to hear that he got no promotion. I mean, maybe the videos weren't as up to par as his last joints. You know what I'm saying? Or as his more successful joints. JP said, oh, damn it, man. Lil Durk is my guy. Cool it, Dedrick. One more time about that Lil Durk shit. I'm going to put your ass on timeout. Lil Durk is my boy. JP, he in Utah by order of the court. Yeah, man, I can't really picture anybody actually wanting to be in Utah. But, I mean, shit, Salt Lake City, right, guys? So, the yield rated 3 arrests as well as the seizure of multiple guns, which is kind of crazy as well, unless it was 3 of his relatives, I'm wondering. Why were 3 dudes armed in the house that your mother lives at? Like, I'm just putting it in like perspective. You know, you got 3 guys in there. The house your mom lives at. I mean, is that a front? Is that a front? Does your mom really live at another spot? And this is just, you know, a little front. But they got weapons. We're not going to know what's going on with those weapons right away. Uh, Obviously, I don't think they belong to NBA YoungBoy, being that he's a felon. You know, so what's going to happen in that whole situation? Will it be serious? Will it be light? Do they belong to somebody else? Father, uncle? Don't know. We'll have to wait to figure that out. So NBA YoungBoy has been dealing with a whole lot of situations, but his static, like, it's in the areas of like New Orleans, Chicago, ATL. So I'm really not understanding why his team was so heavily armed in Texas. You know what I mean? Can anybody in the chat give me an indication of if he had any issues in Texas, actually? Because as I said, you know, New Orleans, Chicago, and ATL. Those are kind of the 3 main areas that we know that NBA YoungBoy has issues in, being that Lil Durk and all them relocated to ATL, and then Chicago, obvious reasons, and then New Orleans. Scal said NLE Choppa is a great rapper. Tanya says maybe he's trying to stay out of the way, staying in Utah. Yeah, stay in Utah, do a little skiing, take some mushrooms like Lil Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Boosie, come on, bro. Mushrooms and snow don't mix. What were you thinking, Boosie? Crazy. Anybody who's doing that type of shit in 2022 is just wilding. But I can't front on dude. I can't front on Boosie for tripping because he probably never did it before. You know what I mean? He just wanted to experience it. But that shit is no fun. That shit is no fun, just to be 100% honest with you guys. Um so also, I don't really know what the Texas gun laws are. That could play a major factor in this, but ultimately it's going to end up about the ownership, I want to say. TMZ was one of the first people to report about this, reporting that a warrant was served on early Tuesday morning. So the other morning, so 3 alleged friends of NBA YoungBoy were nabbed on the premises. I don't know if they were friends or relatives. We're gonna have to figure that whole thing out in the coming weeks. I'm not really too sure about that. But according to TMZ, the arrests were in connection with a November shooting. So were people hiding out? Were people living the good life at Kentrell's? That's usually what they do when, you know, you got a big rapper friend. Man, I wish I had a cool ass rapper friend where I could just go hide out at his crib every time I needed to. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, let me get some pineapples and champagne, baby. I'm on the run. You know, but that's not really how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being on the run back in the day when like Scott Storch had that big ass house. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, Storch, baby, we doing this. DMX, rest in peace. He used to be at Storch's house all the time. Whoa. Let me see. What do we got here? What do we got here? So, the NBA YoungBoy album sales. Let's talk about that a little bit more. So, the album or tape, as it's considered, is looking like it's going to move 69,000 units first week, which, in my opinion, it's got to be a letdown. It's got to be a letdown for Atlantic. I don't know if they were maybe hoping to move 100,000 units, but as I said, his previous album. Now, this isn't even listed on his Wikipedia as an official album. Right, right, exactly. And Atlantic made that clear, Gotti. Atlantic made it clear that this is actually a tape, not to be considered an album. And it's kind of good, but also kind of probably it kind of hurts a little bit moving the 70,000 units. You know what I mean? A lot of artists probably he put that out there maybe thinking he was going to do more units. You know what I'm saying? But weighing out the sales, it's kind of crazy. He's out now on house arrest, and his album does less than the album when he was locked up in jail. It's like we got NBA Youngboy right here in front of us. We got him right here in front of us, but he moves less than when he was in jail. Steven Rivera says, mixtapes are albums nowadays. Steve, you got a point. You got a point, man. Because if Youngboy came out and moved 120,000, 150,000, went to number one this week, you bet your sweet ass they would be calling this an album. You bet your sweet ass it would be reported on as an official release. But now that it moved 69,000, now that it moved as much as Sincerely Kentrell did in its second official week on Billboard, they're calling it a tape. Now it's just a tape. All the fans, too. It works for the labels and it works for the fans. You know what I'm saying? Fans can retreat back. Yo, it was just a tape, baby. You know, we just warming up, baby. Popularity is currency nowadays. Hey, good point, man. Good point. It's all about how popular you are right now. If you come out, you put out some unsuccessful shit, you are not even unsuccessful, because success is pretty much measured on, it's measured on your own scale. People are looking at this as unsuccessful because of the fact that it's moving less than his last project. Now, NBA Youngboy, we do know his mixtape is probably going to move more units than the Me vs. Me project, the NLE Choppa joint, probably by double. But that's an album. Don't tell me that NLE Choppa's joint is not an album. They've been calling it a mixtape, though. Yeah, man. They know how to work it. They know how to work it when it comes to a measure of success, bro. They know how to work that shit when it comes to success, my dude. In all honesty, they really do. I'm telling you, that's how labels have it worked out like that. Yo, if it's successful, it's an album. If it's less than successful, mixtape. Cool. All right, but let's go, you guys. Come on. I want to open it up to the chat. You guys. Open questions. Anybody have any questions for me tonight? Shoot them through. I'm going to roll up while I wait for some questions. Skel Bino said, did Straight Drop get his lawyer officially for court on Friday? The world needs to know. The world needs to know. Did Straight Drop get his lawyer for court on Friday? Hey, man, I'm going to have to say no. And unless he has a lawyer in the family who's going to technically come in and represent the both of them, right? Unless they one of those guys has a lawyer in the family, I'm going to say less than likely. I'm going to say on their next court appearance, and you'll probably see it in video, a lot of the videos will probably say Straight Drop given public defender. Yo, St. Louis. St. Louis on the check-in. Louis Peasy, that's my bro right there. All right, everybody, I'm taking open questions right now, but I'm rolling up as well. If you want to let me know what you're smoking in the chat, let me know. About to roll me up some Collins Ave, you guys. I got that Ricky Ross weed. I only smoke rapper weed. What other blogger smokes like me? None. What Get this shit rolled up right here, y'all. What's everybody smoking, man? Oh, yeah, I actually had that on a note somewhere. I must have missed that in my notes. So, according to TMZ, oh, wow, we are not done, you guys. I'm sorry about that. We are not done. I missed out on some of my notes. Let's get back into the situation. So, let me see. Where were we? So the album, or the tape as it's considered, is looking like it's going to move 69,000 units in its first week. Right, I said that. But it has also been reported that NBA Youngboy was going to take a hiatus to actually go work on music. He's going to work on music. Now, there's rumors that NBA Youngboy is actually facing 7 years. It's really not rumors. It's really not rumors because he actually said this on his album. He actually said on his album that they're trying to give him 7 years in jail. Now the reports that I had heard was more like 10, and they actually wanted him to sit in jail until the end of his trial. I'm kind of on some BS. They wanted him to sit, but every other artist has to sit, like Pooh Shiesty. Look at what happened with Pooh Shiesty, you guys. He pled out. He's going to be sentenced, and he actually asked for a pre-sentencing bail. He asked to get out on a pre-sentencing bail. Not many artists get that type of shit, you know. But at least he put in the motion, man. Why did he put in the motion? Because he's got that lawyer money to put in the motion. When you're intelligent, you put in them damn motions. When you're intelligent, you put in them damn motions, just like I said about my bro Dark Low. Let me know. Do y'all want that information to write Dark Low? But like I said, to end this out, the last thing I really had on my notes here about NBA Youngboy was that he is also still facing some time in jail. As one of his tracks, he mentioned facing 7 years behind bars. So, in relation to that, I really just wanted to say, guys, he's facing 7 years in jail. So I highly doubt he's taking a 6-month, 7-month hiatus to make one album. I highly doubt that. I think he's probably going to go create a bunch of albums. As he saw, he's the type of artist that can move 100,000 units, 100 and 200,000 units in 2 weeks in jail, incarcerated. And then he can come out with an album 6 months later and sell another 70,000 first week. And as one of the guys said, Gotti Jane said in the chat, Lil Durk's The Voice only sold 64K first week. Wow. But The Voice also that album is also gold too. I want to point that out there, Gotti Jane. The Voice has also gone gold as well. Aaliyah says, why does Straight Drop have a PD? Where is the money? There is no money. Sorry to say, that 10 or 15, $18,000, whatever he had, that's what he had. And, I don't think he saw himself getting caught that quick, stupid as it sounds. Terrence says, everybody send in your open questions right now. We're at the open question part of the show. Terrence says, do you feel like streams ruined perception of deals? No, man. No, the streams have added to it. For a while we lost the record sales, because of the manner in which the music was being distributed. They had to find a new way to, bring up the sales. They had to find a way to figure out a monetization for the way that the music was being distributed or consumed. So I honestly feel like adding streaming to the record sales has been major. And streaming is one of the major reasons that you get a deal when you show that you are getting streamed, when people are watching your content, listening to your content, buying into you as an artist. You know, that's one of the things that's maybe made it a little bit harder to get a deal. Back in the day, well, still nowadays you can have one hit. You know how it goes. Sometimes you'll have one hit video and then you won't have another hit video for like a year. And but you that one hit video is going to get you signed. You know what I'm saying? Trinidad James, Little Pump. You know what I'm saying? Look at those guys. But back in the day, sometimes dudes would be getting signed just off of their rap. You know what I mean? Just off of spitting, just off of a single performance. What kind of gas you smoking on? All right. I answer all questions, you guys. So send them in. Open questions right now. This is the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. We're on the open questions part of the show. Woods back says, or backwoods, backwards, says, what kind of gas you smoking? I'm smoking on Afghan OG. Afghan OG is cool. Afghan OG is cool. Tone Trump put me on that Afghan back in the day. But I got to say, that was like 2013, bro. 2012 when I was smoking Afghan. Tonight, I'm smoking Ricky Rose's brand of chronic. Rose! That's right, Rose's weed. I'm smoking on that Collins Ave. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting it in a raw paper. I got one Dutch. If I run out of raw papers tonight, I got one Dutch and I'll be good to the morning. Corey Parker says, why is Wack beefing with everybody? You know, the way Wack made it seem with this whole situation with Memo600, he sort of made it seem like he wasn't trying to beef with Memo. He sort of made it seem like, okay, you said something about Blueface. Why did you do that? Blueface was willing to build with you. Blueface was willing to get to know you, even though he doesn't know you from a can of paint, you know? And honestly, for Memo to respond back, I don't need his help. You know what I mean? You can just say you don't need somebody's help, but if someone is offering you that help, you damn well better consider it. You damn well better try to build on it. You better damn sure take advantage of it. When you got a guy like Wack 100 who can change the mind state of Blueface, who's a busy dude. You know, he's running an OnlyFans account for them girls, which is probably where he's making a shitload of money. Like, you got to jump on those opportunities, man. That's right. Free AR Rap. Aaliyah says Little Durk is only tight on features. Well, go listen to Homebody. Homebody's one of his best songs. What's your favorite book that you've read? My favorite book, y'all need to check this book out. It's actually called The Razor's Edge. The Razor's Edge. It's a good book. Let me see who wrote the book. I remember I read this book many years ago. Yeah, it was brought by W. Somerset Maugham. It's called The Razor's Edge. Good book. Jameek was popping, homie. Salute, G's. You know we run this shit, man. Gotti Jones, excuse me, brother. He said NBA Youngboy got 90 plus plaques, songs, and 3 plaque albums, and 4 #1 albums. Facts. Hell yeah, Sour Blueberry. That's what's up, man. I'm about to light up right now while I wait for some more open questions. What am I going to be doing after the stream? I'm probably going to check out AEW Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to checking that out. Razor Ramon was that dude. What label? What label did you work with? Well, I actually used to work with Storch Music Group. I worked with Storch Music Group. I was working with Scott Storch for a while. I was working at Circle House Studios, not a label, but I was actually working at a major studio called Circle House. You know, G Unit, Lil Wayne, they all used to work there and shit. But I used to work with Scott Storch at Storch Music Group until I decided to quit the team. Open questions, send them in right now, you guys. We have the best weed in the Bay Area. Hell yeah. Isn't that where Burner's from? Pass that shit. Gomes, what up, bro? What's popping with you, G's? Everybody send in your open questions if you got anything for Mikey T tonight. And you know I always love a super chat, you guys. Super chat will keep the video going longer. Let me see. Scalbino. He said, what's your pick for the next hip hop verses? Very good question. You know, they're throwing around a lot of verses right now. They're throwing around a lot of good verses right now, you guys. Like this one they're talking about with Eminem and Busta Rhymes. I think Eminem and Busta Rhymes will be a great versus battle. Also, I'd like to see Meek Mill do a versus. But who could Meek Mill do a versus with, you guys? Who would be a good opponent for Meek Mill to do a versus with? I would really like to see Meek do it, man. But one I would also like to see is T.I. and Ludacris. T.I. and Ludacris. We need someone to go up against Luda. But yeah, I think those are some of the verses that I would like to see. Also, Bone Thugs and Harmony against Wu-Tang would be cool. Salute to Burner. I hope he's doing well. I know he's going through some shit right now, but he's really strong. I can tell that. The Bay is known for weed, period. Southern Cali has the best weed, though. Hey, Aaliyah, you got some competition. So who is it, guys? Is it the Bay or is it Southern California? I haven't been out to Cali yet, just to be 100%. Meek Mill versus who? Meek Mill versus who? I want to know. What do y'all think? I would think Wale wouldn't work. That's just a contrast in music, right? Like it's too much of a contrast. Tory Lanez, I'd rather see Meek Mill versus Wale than Meek Mill versus Tory Lanez. I'd rather see Meek Mill and Wale than Meek Mill and Tory Lanez. Just being real. NorCal. Oh shit, they're saying NorCal's got the best weed now. Hell yeah, man. I'll be in Cali soon, man. Meek Mill versus Cassidy. That'd be good. That'd be good. I mean, Cassidy's already going to be going head to head with Freeway this year. You know, they're going to be doing an official battle. That's going to be hella cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, that could be a great way to end the year, actually, after Cassidy does the battle with Freeway. Do a versus with Meek Mill. I mean, shit. Cassidy's got some shit to go up against Meek, right, you guys? I mean, he's got Hotel, he's got Get No Better, he's got I'm a Hustler, he's got B-Boy Stance, He's got AM to the PM. He's got My Drink and My Two Step. He's got Innocent Man. What else does Cassidy got for the versus battle, you guys? Cassidy's got some shit for that. Maybe how many records does Cassidy got for that battle, yo? Let me see. He doesn't really have that many. He has Hotel and Get No Better on the first joint. I don't want to say Pop the Cannon. Yep. So that's all he's got from the first album. Second album, he's got I'm a Hustler, B-Boy Stance. He's got AM to the PM. Can't Fade Me with Quan and Nas is cool, but probably wouldn't do it. Shit. Unless he brings it. He can't do the I'm a Hustler remix, right? Yep. Wow. Let me see. Let me see. Aaliyah's got the Niners. Hold on one second. My bad, you guys. My bad, you guys. I'm an innocent man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The Rams just messed up the Bucks. I was enjoying that game too. I was like, damn, really? I was like, come on now. Rams just messed the Bucks up. But yeah, Meek Mill would probably beat Cassidy. Meek Mill would probably beat Cassidy in the versus battle. It'd be dope though. But I think Wale would still be better, you guys. I still think Meek and Wale over Meek and Cassidy. I still think Meek and Wale over Meek and Tory Lanez. Meek and French Montana? Nah, I'd still go Meek and Wale. Yeah, so I guess it's Meek and Wale in the verses, you guys. Unless we're gonna go Meek and T.I., but I feel like T.I. is a little bit old for that. Oh, Meek Mill and Lloyd Banks. Meek Mill and Lloyd Banks. Meek and Drake, Jay? What are you smoking tonight, bro? Come on. Meek first game. Meek versus game. What about Meek versus Lloyd Banks? Banks doesn't have enough records. Banks doesn't have enough records, you guys. I think that one would be good. I'm an innocent man. Well, Aaliyah, game is whack. Come on. The game is not whack. Oh, you mean like the game is wax artist? The game is wax homie, is what you mean. These artists got to have enough records. Yeah, it's like, bro, that's why a lot of artists don't want to do it. Nope, Scalbino, that's the battle right there. It's Meek Mill versus Fab. Meek Mill versus Fab. Really? The game had 3 stellar albums. And then he had a couple other ones that were pretty cool. What was it called? The Red Zone. What was it called? Red Nation. What was that album called? The Red Plan. Then he had Jesus Peace. Then, you know what I mean? Then he had the documentary too. You know what I'm saying? Then he had a couple of them other E1 projects that I was talking about earlier when he dropped like freaking The Year of the Wolf, some dumbass shit like that. I think he had his album label called Blood Money, but I was just saying, like, come on, how you going from Geffen? How you going from Interscope Records? How you going from Interscope to E1? Are you kidding me? Are you joking with me? Reminds me of the guy who actually created Victoria's Secret. Only he made $500,000 in like the first year, and then he sold the company for $4 million. It reminds me of that bad of a decision. This guy signed to Interscope, couldn't even parlay that into a deal with Def Jam, Warner Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of crazy to me, that he would go to E1, and then that would be considered a good business move. Go up on the internet, you guys, and look out all the albums that the game dropped on E1. He dropped a few. Because when I was in the store one day and I looked at the game's first 3 or 4 albums, and then I put them up against what he did on E1, it was almost the same. I was like, holy shit. This man done beat the myth. The myth about the game was that all of his albums 50 Cent was making money off of. The game put out just as many albums that he had with 50 Cent on his own. You got to respect that shit. Even though I don't like the fact that he went to E1, I think there was a lot better things for him out there. You know what I mean? You got to respect that he got that many projects out. Before we get done here, you guys, y'all can send in last questions, last super chats. But I'm just gonna look at this information real quick as far as the albums, when his album switched over. Y'all can bear with me for a second, and then I'll figure out the name of that Red album. I don't think it was just called the Red Album. It was just called the Red Album in 2011. That was his 4th album, you guys. And also his last album, I want to say, on Interscope. Let's see, Jesus Piece, 2012. Nope, Jesus Piece was on Interscope as well. The Documentary 2, E1. The documentary, wow, I'm about to flip out. I'm about to flip out. So this guy, wow, this is crazy, you guys. The Documentary 2 released in 2015. The game completes his last album with Interscope, the Jesus Piece album. That was right around the same time that he whooped 40 Glock's ass. This album sold 86,000 copies first week. He was done with Interscope. He goes to release the Documentary 2. This would have been a perfect opportunity for you to go and get a big bag. This would have been an opportunity for you to go and get a big bag. Instead of going to get a big bag from another label, he goes with E1 to capitalize on the fact that he's made a name for himself now. And he releases the Documentary 2 10 years and about 10 months to the day of releasing the Documentary 2. And the Documentary 1, excuse me. And the Documentary 2, let's see if we can get sales for it right here. So the Documentary 2 debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200 with 95,000 album sales. 95,000 units sold. So he actually did 9,000 more units of his last album, but about 380,000 units less than the first documentary. Ooh. So I just wanted to point that out there, though. I honestly think the game should have went with a bigger label rather than being focused on, selling those records independently. So after the documentary, let me see, the Documentary 2.5. Wow. The Documentary 2.5 debuted at number 6 on the US Billboard with 48,000 sold. And this was E1 again. So he does the Documentary 2.5. Then he does 1992. We all remember 1992. and that dropped in 2016, again on E1. So this is his third album on E1, you guys. And let me see if there's any sales information here. Debuted at number 4 with 32,000 album sales. So this is his third album. My bad. All right. All right. We're back. All right, good. My bad about that, y'all. So I pressed the wrong back key. So now he had Born to Rap in 2019. So guys, I mean, I just got to be real. I just got to be real. That's 4 albums, you know? He had 4 albums released on E1, and he pretty much well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 5 albums released with Interscope. So I got to give him some props on that, getting those albums out there, man. I can't hate. I can't hate. But in all honesty, I think he should have he should have went and milked the major label for like 3 or 4 or 5 million for that Documentary 2 album. But now they're only at the Documentary 2.5. So interesting to note that they may do Documentary 3. I don't know. I'm curious about the new album with Hit Boy on production. Which album is that? By who, Jay? Scalbino says young artist, DaBaby versus Little Baby. Damn, DaBaby is amazing. I'm gonna have to go DaBaby on that one, just because I've seen DaBaby live and the way he rocks a crowd, y'all. The way he rocks a crowd is crazy. He had that building shaking. That shit was shaking, man. The people were so excited to see DaBaby. Jay Brown says, do you remember Spider Loke and 40 Glock versus the game? Not so much. I remember it more so being 40 Glock versus the game, not so much Spider Loke and 40 Glock. Although Spider Loke did his own things when he had first signed to G Unit as well. But I don't remember them teaming up. They did an album together, but I don't think that was an album that they did just to diss the game. You know what I'm saying? Because they had done an album together. Scalbino, I do not think so, but I'm not going to comment on that. You are funny. Scalbino knows his shit. I appreciate everybody tapping in with me, man. I really do. You know, I got the livest audience. That's why I got to be the livest podcaster out here, the livest hip hop influencer. You know what I'm saying? Coming to y'all. You know what I'm saying? When news pops up, I've got to come on the internet and talk to y'all about it. Like, and I appreciate everybody who opens their phone or their computer, their iPad, whatever you're on, man. If you done asked your girl to borrow her phone just to watch Mikey T, you know, I appreciate that shit. She's like, yo, you're running up the battery. There ain't gonna be no battery. What do you mean? We is at the crib right now. Ain't nobody concerned about a battery right now. You plug the shit in. Matter of fact, give me the cord. The shit's going dead. Well, Kev, you're still dirty, bro. You know, you need to get your ass washed up because you're still dirty, bro. So get cleaned up, brother. What did 50 Cent say? You dirty ass kids, I'll fucking erase them. Is that what 50 said? Damn, he's brutal. Damn, he hit hard with that line. Right. Hold on one second. Let me just get this little cornball up out of here. We don't got no time for that. Jay Brown, you up out of here, brother? What Hit Boy album you talking about? Hit Boy been doing some work. I'm gonna finish this, Jay. Everybody, are y'all smoking? Is everybody smoking tonight or what? Or is it just me? I don't think nobody done told me if they were smoking tonight, man. Let me know. Is y'all smoking or what? Is y'all smoking or what? Hell of a live video tonight, you guys. Trapper G said smoking on that gumbo. Hell yeah. I'm about to roll up some more of this Collins Ave once we get done with the stream. Might, if there's a new flick out. Last night I watched that movie with Zac Efron. It's called Gold. It was all right. I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I had saw a trailer for it about a month ago. The trailer intrigued me. You know, Zac Efron basically, he's wandering through the wilderness. You know, he's without shower and food on a regular basis. He's making his way to some compound and he gets a ride there. And on the way there, they stumble across some gold that he doesn't want to part ways with, y'all. And basically, they need to go get an excavator to retrieve the gold out of the ground. Zac Efron's character was like, I'm not leaving the gold. I'm staying here. He left this dude in the wilderness for 4 days. It took longer, 4 or 5 days, man. Pretty interesting movie getting to see Zac Efron go through all that shit, man. Skell says, I'm smoking on that Belizean Kush, bro. Is that from Belize, bro? Is that from Shine's country of Belize? Is that's why it's Belizean? Whoa, Belize City. Belize City. Is this Belize the country of Shine? Oh, Mike Jordan. Mike Jordan is smoking on that Mikey T-Pack. That Mikey T-Pack is out there, y'all. I bet you it's the firest pack. I bet you it's that fire. I bet you that Mikey T-Pack is fire. But it's also exclusive. Because everybody wants to smoke that Mikey T-Pack. Mikey T-Pack is like as exclusive as Gary Payton used to be. You know what I'm saying? They want to smoke that shit. I got to get my hands on it. That Mikey T-Pack is like a White Widow back in like the early 2000s. You know what I mean? When all you could get was hydro and shit. Yeah, should I call it Mikey T-Pack? My own strain, bro. It should just be called Mikey T-Pack, right? I should sort of like how like I should sort of do like I should mock how people say that they're smoking on people. And you know what I'm saying? That's what would make my strain of marijuana big. Everybody's been smoking it. Mikey T-Pack, baby. Get you some. I know what you've been wanting to smoke on. You've been wanting to smoke it all year long. You've been waiting. So don't wait any longer. Smoke that Mikey T-Pack and blaze that mother up. Hell yeah, that shit is funny, right? People all over the country are going to be like, I'm smoking that Mikey T-Pack. F Mikey T. I'm smoking that Mikey T-Pack. $100 a G. This shit is exotic. Smoke this shit, it'll knock you right the out. Smoke that Mikey T-Pack, you ain't gonna be breathing out your nose. That was some good shit, though. I like that, man. Oh, but that's crazy, Skell. We got Belize in the house tonight, man. I actually did an interview with Shine back in the day. Really, really cool dude to actually let me do an interview with him, man. Skell, did you get an opportunity to vote for Shine? Is that how it goes? Is it the overall country actually voting for people, or is it just, how in America different cities do different parts of the election? Anthony Jones said, "Smoking Mike T, shit, you trying to make us sad?" JK. Oh shit, Anthony. Yeah, you're right. Maybe maybe you're right, man. Maybe you're right. Like, it's the whole smoking on Mikey T, that might be sending a bad message. You're right. Good point, Anthony. Because we want to be considerate. You know what I mean? A lot of people out there actually mess with my content. I appreciate that and shit. We don't want everybody to think some crazy shit done happened to Mikey T. But let's be honest, man. When some crazy shit happens to Mikey T, you know what I mean? That's when people care the most. You know what I'm saying? But actually, nobody gave a damn when what happened between me and Maserati Fox back in the day. But that was a different part of my career. You know what I mean? Words too powerful. Don't play like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right, 49 Lakers. So, I mean, it's cool that we could have a little laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could be like, oh, shit, dude, I would love to see that Mikey T Pack skit on SNL or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, you will see it there one day. You know what I'm saying? You will see it there. When I go to SNL one day, I'm going to suggest that we do the Mikey T Pack SNL skit. You know what I mean? You always got to throw it back to where you came up. Oh, shit. Mike Jordan, I'm going to take that advice right there. Mike Jordan just said some real shit. He said, "Love you. I'm just trolling you real, though, because you don't run and block dudes like a girl." Damn, yeah, sometimes you got to give people the benefit of the doubt before you just go and block them. You know what I mean? Mike Jordan says, "What happened with you and Mozzie? That's going to cost a super chat, my brother. That story will cost a super chat. That story with me and Maserati Fox is going to cost a super chat if y'all really want that one. Queen's Flip is going to have to call me on Flip the Script for that one. But that would be lit too. You know what I mean? Because I was actually just hitting Math Hoffa. I need to go up on the Math Hoffa show, man. Math Hoffa has one of the most brilliant brands in hip hop right now. I really love it. Anthony Jones, you can just hit the money sign right here on 3 ramen noodles, man. Depends on what kinds you got, man. If you got the beef, the shrimp, and the chicken, then you're in the game, brother. Or if you just got 3 chickens, you're all right, man. The whole 5 district or 5th district voted. Shine did his thing here and won his seat. Yeah, amazing. Amazing, man. Anthony, anybody, the super chat thing, all you got to do is click on the money thing, I guess. But nah, man, I really just appreciate y'all being tapped in on the real. Oh, shit. Tanya, $10 super chat. I don't think Tanya was asking a question, though, you guys. So I don't think you're going to get the Maserati story. Tanya, I really appreciate the $9.99 super chat. Shampoo. And yo, I had no idea the Poe in Shine Poe was actually in relation to Alpo J. And I'm a longtime fan of Shine, like literally since 2000, you know? That's some BS. You gotta split it or spit it. Maybe he meant to say, and I can't remember my password to say. I don't know, bro. I don't think I'm gonna have to get Tanya to confirm that in the chat if she wants the Maserati Fox story. I'm gonna have to have her confirm that in the chat if that's really, or if she was just doing it to send some love, man. Because honestly, I think, oh damn it, Tanya, no! What have you done? All right. All right, let me get a sip of my Red Bull for this so I can be upped on my energy. All right. All right, you guys, let's get into it. Let's get into it. The Maserati Fox story. So, first of all, I want to preface this by saying that I had been reached out to about do an interview with Maserati Fox after he saw my work. Somebody from his camp actually reached out to me on multiple occasions. You know, before and after my situations interviewing Domination and Dice and Bangum Smurf, right? Somebody had reached out to me about actually interviewing Maserati Fox. I had not got around to it. And then Maserati Fox actually saw one of my interviews. Maserati Fox saw one of my interviews with Bangum Smurf, with Dice, with Domination, and he actually commented on it in one of his interviews. It was on one of the DVDs that he was doing back in the day. Maserati Fox actually went on a DVD. You might be able to find this online still as well. You should be able to find it. Maserati Fox actually said, and I'm going to slap that white boy who filmed them on camera. He said, like, F, Domination, and I'm going to slap that white boy who filmed them. So that was actually my first taste of somebody actually calling out to me. You know what I mean? Somebody actually putting me in the mix. This guy who completely knew, about, he knew that the people behind the cameras, they're just doing the interviews and shit like that. He had done so many different interviews. Yo, Bond, salute my brother. But anyways, where was I, you guys? So anyways, Maserati Fox said he was going to smack me on an interview. And what did I do about it? Well, I got in my car. I drove to Queens and I linked up with Domination, and Domination actually jumped on camera and said that Maserati Fox was lying about his deal with G Unit, and we put that shit on World Star the very next day. We put that shit on World Star the very next day. So Maserati Fox, actually, rest in peace, Maserati Fox. Very unfortunate what happened to him in 2013. But he went on camera and said that he was gonna smack the white boy who was filming Domination and Dice and shit. Yeah, why F with you? Exactly. Why F with me? At this point, we had not released the video. At this point, we had not released the video of any disses on him really. But at this point, Dice, who was on the stream earlier, was getting so much steam with the affiliation with MMG that dudes was just hating. You know what I mean? And I could have had these dudes, I could have had them dissing G Unit every week on World Star. But we didn't really start until they came and they dissed me, and then Domination pretty much revealed that Maserati Fox was no longer signed to G Unit. So yeah, that was a pretty great story right there. This dude came at me and I had a way to, get right back at him immediately. You know what I'm saying? I always know how to come back on shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been studying this game way too long, y'all. I've been studying this game way too long. And though I admit, back then I was a little bit more green. You know what I mean? I remember back then Maserati Fox did a video where he said he was going to go tour Miami. And, in regard to the G Unit and MMG beef, he was like, I'm going to every club in Miami this weekend. If I wasn't as green back then, if I was a little bit more intelligent when it came to the response videos, I could have had Dice and Domination make a video saying, no, you're not. You're not going to any Miami clubs this weekend. We're going to Miami and we're going to be in every club. You know what I mean? We could have had a response video on World Star and all that, but I was a little bit green back then, you guys. I won't lie. Even Dice linking up with Ross and all them at that time. You know what I mean? Happened a little bit quick, to be honest. You know what I mean? I mean, he would answer that better than me, but it's just looking at it, it seemed like it kind of happened quick. Ross had to work for 10 years to get his deal. I've been working for 12 years at WU, but I've just been doing this live thing for the past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm relentless when it comes to this shit. I ain't going to relent. I ain't going to hold back. You know what I'm saying? Now that I got everything together, now that I got my courage to jump on this camera and say whatever the hell I want. And you know what? I don't say things that are really that against the grain. I don't say things that cross the line, but I'm talking about the fact when you get the gall, when you get the nerve, when when you can just come on here and speak your mind. A lot of people are too nervous to do it, you guys. I worked through that shit. Like I said, I worked through that shit and here I am. Anthony says, I never thought he was signed. He was up there. I do believe he was signed for a brief period of time, Anthony. I do believe Maserati Fox was signed for a brief period of time. Mozzie got out of jail. 50 started messing with him. Bonds could probably talk about this a little bit more. Not sure if he's still in the chat. Let me know, Bonds. But and you keep it respectful. Peace, Mikey T. James Brown, I appreciate that 100%. I'm glad that you noticed that. I'm just waiting for the rest of the world to catch on, brother. Just be a goon, though, not a rapper. Just be a goon, though, not a rapper. Let me see, man. Scalbino said that Jordan Tower had a similar story with Max B and Jim Jones and the whole 9 yards. Oh, shit, that's interesting, Scal. That's interesting, man. Major salute. Major salute to you on the tap in, bro. All the way from Belize. Bro, I got to get out to Belize, man. Shine makes it look like such a beautiful country. Shine makes that shit like such a beautiful country. I got to get out there. Honestly, man, speaking on Maserati Fox, a lot of people don't like to do it. A lot of people don't like to do it for some reason. It's like I don't really get why there are not more blogs out there about people actually remembering Maserati Fox and shit like that. But honestly, I think one of the reasons is a lot of his artists signed a lot of his artists actually signed to the Dumbouts. They weren't, kind of like I was just talking about, having the nerve to get up here in front of a camera. A lot of them probably weren't camera ready. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them probably weren't actually camera ready, and they're still don't have it together in order to put the whole story out about what happened. Unless there's a dumb out artist that's actually majorly successful at this point that I don't know about. But yeah, I remember Maserati Fox's whole come up when I saw when 50 Cent actually pulled up. 50 Cent actually pulled up on him and they did a couple songs together. What was it called? One was called 212s or something. Like Mozzie had some pretty good music when he first came out. I'm not going to lie. Mozzie had some pretty good music when he first came out, but then it's kind of like you can tell when somebody spits something that it's like, damn, you just put everything that you had into that. But sometimes that's not always a good thing. Sometimes you can put everything you have into something and it's like you You put so much into that record that you just have nothing left to give. Bonds, what up, bro?
What's goody, my guy?
Yo, I see you're out and about tonight.
Yeah, I'm in the city. I'm in NYC, man.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
hell yeah. Out here on the late night creep. Yeah, man.
Oh, Jesus. Maybe so no, somebody was just popped in here and they were asking if Maserati Fox was signed to G Unit. I heard that it was an official deal for he did sign a contract, did do a G Unit deal. Any take on that?
Uh, yeah, he did have an official situation with G Unit when he first came home. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. He just didn't really he did have an official deal for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then the rumor is, or the rumor is that he just started putting so many people down with G Unit.
Nah, he had his own thing. He had the dumb out thing. So that wasn't really it. He had the dumb out. You know what I mean? So a lot of them, rest in peace, Tone Mac, dudes like that was down with the with the dumb out, with the whole dumb out squad movement. So
Right, right.
yeah.
That's true. That's true. And but
And
but at first there was actually talk that he was, running around talking about he was gonna be bring everybody on the G Unit and shit like that.
well, Mozzie was that type of dude though, know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mozzie, man. I got a lot of history with Mozzie, like, know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace.
I got a lot of history with Mozzie, like that's my man, like, know what I'm saying? On some personal, know what I'm saying, on a personal tip. So respect, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to that, bro, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I was just saying, bro.
Mozzie was he was in the hood. But Fifth was too, so I think it was, you know, I don't, Mikey T. I don't like speaking on people certain things on, but yeah, I mean, certain situations. But you know what I'm saying, rest in peace, Mozzie, and man,
People need to talk about Mozzie more, man.
yeah, that's crazy because I was just listening to one of Mozzie's joints, but Mozzie was just bubbling underground and trying to get to, what I'm saying, he was building some. That with through consistency, but a lot of people get cut short, man. You know how it is, Mikey T. It's one of them sad things, man. But in the Queens, people know Mozzie. People respect him. You know what I'm saying? He a Queens legend, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Um, what sometimes though, like I was just saying, like I heard this guy spit the other day, Bonds. This dude, he must have spit all of his hot lines. I was like, what else does he have to spit? Like, I don't need to listen to another rap ever from this guy. He just spit every last bar he could have ever had an influence in.
And who was that?
I don't remember who it was, but like Maserati Fox kind of struck me as that type of artist, like because
Oh,
his first couple songs were really good, but then it was like it kind of got a little redundant. You know what I mean?
exactly. It was like when you heard once, you heard them all. Kind of like how some people say about Meek Mill.
When you heard one, you heard them all. Yeah,
Kind of like people say about Meek Mill.
I don't feel that way at all about Meek Mill.
I'm not saying that either, but I've heard people say that.
Maserati Fox could have blew up in another time and era.
Yeah, I think he had a good. I think he has some good young talent around him, man. That I think he would have blew in the in the capacity of a CEO and a boss, and I think his dumb outs, what I mean, that movement would have been big because it was talented and it was respected. You know what I mean? So I believe he could have given the right opportunity.
Well, somebody said in earlier, like, has streaming affected deals? And I think it really has because at a certain point in time, the labels were like, well, we have the numbers right here, man, and you're not selling any fucking units. Like, we can't just take your word for it that you're going to be the next big thing in the industry. Like, how back in the 90s, you almost had to, like, take the damn word for it.
Right. Yeah. Cosign or something or whatever they believed. You know what I mean?
Oh, Shine sounds like big. Somebody better sign him up.
Right.
You know
Gorilla
what I mean?
Black.
Shit like
Couple
that.
dudes got a deal just for sounding like Big.
Yeah. But yeah, yo, Bonds, I appreciate you for tapping in, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. My phone about to die too.
Let me know what's up, as far as when you can come back on the channel, being that you're in New York, and we'll
Yeah,
touch base shortly, brother.
for sure. You're ready, bro.
All right,
Peace and
bless you,
love.
brother. All right, man. New York, New York, New York, New York. Big Bonds in this bitch. I forgot he just told us he was going to New York. That's crazy. That's what's up. I wonder if he brought that hat with him. He probably did. No, it's about the snow, so that's out. It's about the snow in this area that I'm in. So I was just about to say Bonds should come over here, but that's not a good idea. I was about to say I'm about to take my boy to the dispensary. He's been wanting to go. How far is Queens QB from where you're from? I'm like 2.5 hours from New York. I'm like 2 hours from New York, 4.5 hours from Philly. You know what I'm saying? 3.5 hours from Jersey. I'm in a pretty good spot if I need to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of my interviews done. I'm 90 minutes from Boston. Scalbino says NYC raised the greatest rappers. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. One of them's from your country, bro. Fucking Shine. You know what I'm saying? I bought both of his albums. Name a rapper. Name a rapper. Somebody in here, name a rapper where you bought every release that they did. Name that rapper where you bought every single album he did. I got an out. On y'all with the Shine joint because he only had 2 albums. But I bought his self-titled debut album and I bought Godfather Buried Alive. So I bought both of those albums. But I want to know before we get out of here, who is an artist that you've bought everything from their collection? Styles P? That's what's up, Bert. Tell me all the albums. I don't even need you to tell me, bro. Bonds sending his love. But listen, if y'all want to send Bonds some love, don't worry. I'm not going to send you his Cash App or anything. I'm not going to send you his Cash App. That's not how we are on this channel. Y'all can shoot Bonds a follow right now. And I'm sure as soon as his phone charges back up or right now, he'll follow y'all back. He'll follow y'all back. Okay, all right. All right. Jim Jones, Mike Jordan's got every Jim Jones album. What's the best Jim Jones album, Mike? Bert Castro said he's got Styles P's joints. Now with 50 Cent, I wasn't able to purchase get Power of the Dollar. I know that was limited release. I got a bootleg copy of Guess Who's Back. Obviously, I just downloaded it. I I didn't buy Get Rich or Die Trying. I bought the Massacre though. I bought the Massacre. For sure bought the Massacre. Did not buy Curtis. And I bought Before I Self-Destruct. And then 50 pretty much released the whole Animal Ambition album track by track on his YouTube page. But that was for you, Trappa G. I was going all over all of the official album releases. Let me see. I might have bought Ja Rule's albums. Veni Vidi Vici was good. I started studying his music. Rule 336, that's a must-have. Pain is Love was his really commercial album. I definitely didn't buy that one. The Last Temptation I bought, and it was horrible. It was a really bad album. Couple good songs though. Connected with Crooked Eye. Murder Reigns. Murder Me with Cadillac Ta. He had some good songs on there. It's just that Thug Love with Bobby Brown. Much love to Ja Rule, man. But let me see. The Ja Rule albums. Every Scarface album. Bert Castro says Joe Budden, AZ, and Nature. Mike Jordan says Cameron. Scalbino says Big L. Yep, Big L's 2 albums. Jadakiss and 50. I bought the Blood in My Eye album. I bought the RULE album, but Ja Rule has released a couple albums that I have not bought. And no disrespect to 50 on the Curtis album, I just couldn't do it. I just could not buy that album. I'm sorry. And as far as the Get Rich or Die Trying album, all my friends had the album. Everybody had the joint. I didn't have no money back then. Yep, Blood in My Eye was Ja Rule. Oh, Biggie. Yeah, but I didn't buy those albums. I obviously bought them later on. You know what I'm saying? I obviously bought, his debut and then his double disc. I obviously bought those later on. But, obviously Snoop. I have not bought every Snoop Dogg album. I'll tell you that. I haven't. I have not bought every Snoop Dogg album. I could not buy Paid the Cost to Be the Boss. I couldn't, you know what I mean? I couldn't buy those joints. I really didn't dig the titles, just to be honest with you. Now I'm just digging myself into a hole because I got a hell of a lot of love for Snoop Dogg. But you know what, man? With these artists, I'm going to be real with you guys. No, I do. I actually do. I could literally go buy whatever album I wanted right now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, nah. Back then, nah, man. You really, you know what I mean? Back then, nah. But now I'm Gucci. But it's crazy. Sometimes when you got some bread, it's like you don't even know what you want anymore. Back when you didn't have no bread, you know what I mean? You knew what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? But then you get some bread, you're like, man, there's nothing I really want. Besides like this cool ass jacket that I got. Red Man, straight out of Jersey, digging in the crates. It was fire. Hell no, man. Hell no. I'm a big weed smoker. That's about it. And I mess with some champagne. I ain't gonna lie. Mess with the champagne right here. You know what I'm saying? I need that Bel Air endorsement so we can make it. You know what I'm saying? So we can make it really official, though, on the real. As soon as they give me that Bel Air endorsement. I ain't gonna lie. This joint right here, this is that good shit, though. This is that good shit. That pink shit, that Veuve Clicquot right there, that's that good shit right there, man. That's about $75 a bottle right there. They had this one actually mislabeled at the store, the little store that I'd be buying some champagne from sometimes. Dude had it marked at $49. I'm like, yo, how many more of those bottles you got? I don't know what the hell he was thinking. So I grabbed that shit ASAP. I don't have money. I have to wait for payday tomorrow. I don't blame you, brother. I don't blame you, man. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is I got enough money to go buy a sandwich. I just can't figure out what sandwich I want to get. You know what I mean? It's like one of the hardest decisions. It's like, voo, what? Just give me a beer. Nah, I'm rocking with you, man. I'm rocking with you, brother. I just like to tap in on some real shit sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I've been broke as hell. You know what I mean? I wasn't born into a family of money that could give me a jump start with anything. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really brought up like that where I got a jump start at anything in life. I kind of had to work for everything that I have, starting from literally zero. You know what I mean? Starting from zero and shit like that. But also, you have to understand money. You know what I mean? You can't just, like Rick Ross said it on one of his songs. He gave a girl $100,000 and she had a heart attack. You really need to understand money. Like, that shit could really mess people up. You know what I mean? And that's why, but it's also different because it's like once you You know, like you could think all day about shit that you want. All day you'll be thinking about stuff that you want. But then when you have an opportunity to buy it, it's like you don't want to buy it. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to buy it. You don't remember what you wanted to buy. You don't really need it. Mikey T, you should try the Alien OG. Have not found a spot really that has the Alien OG, bro. Alien OG. I'm more of a cookies guy, man. Come on, you know I'd be smoking the cookies, bro. You know that's what I stay on. I'm a cookies guy. I'm not really so much Skell. What is it? What was we doing right there? Iceberg. Squad up. You missing out. Damn, the alien, huh? I ain't really seen it, bro. I ain't really seen it, but I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I've only been messing with the cookies, so you're probably right, man. I'm probably am tripping. Oh shit. I bet it is, man. I bet it is. I'm rolling up one more, you guys. Well, not one more. I'm rolling up one more for the stream. I'm rolling one more for the stream, and then we're gonna call it a night. But I still want to answer any. I just will still want to communicate with y'all and shit. Hell yeah! Everybody be tapping in with Mikey T. This shit is too real. Trapper G said it. R.I.P. Chinks. That was my bro right there. That was my bro right there, man. I remember Chinks messaged me right when he got out of jail. He was like, "Yo, Mikey T, we need to start doing these videos." I was like, "How does this dude even know who the hell I am?" I was like, "How the hell does this dude even know who the hell I am? How's he hitting me up?" But yeah, Chinks hit me up like that. I'm like, "How the hell does he even know who I am?" Like it was literally it was literally the name, you guys. Yeah, Trapper, you're talking about keep on moving. Jay, yes, that's right. New movie alert. New movie alert. It's called Slapface. It's a horror movie. The kid from The Nun is in it. You guys remember the movie The Nun in the Conjuring universe? My brother, Jeremiah Kipp, he went to NYU. He worked for New Line Cinema for a few years. He actually brought me up there one time when I was younger. He brought me up to the New Line shit. You know, New Line Cinema made Lord of the Rings. They also made Final Destination. So he actually slap face or get slapped, you guys. I'm about to put the trailer up right now. I want everybody's been asking Mikey T, do you do movies? Is your name just Mikey T the movie star, or do you actually do movies? Well, guys, I'm in a movie, and it's going to be premiering on Shudder. That's right. My movie premiere is on Shudder. Who else in the industry gets a movie premiere on Shudder? Mikey T. Mikey T, the movie star. That's who. Now, guys, I have a brief cameo. In this film, but I really appreciate my brother Jeremiah Kipp for giving me the opportunity. So I want y'all to go check out the trailer. Let me know if it's your cup of tea. I want to know, and just know, guys, everybody that watches this film, I will allow you to come on my channel and do a review of Slapface. That's right. Everybody that Bert Castro, it's not Shutter, bro. It's Shutter with 2 D's. Yeah. It's basically Netflix for horror films. It's the biggest streaming platform for horror films. My brother's film is actually a horror joint. So everybody that watches Slapface on Shutter, I will allow you on my channel to give a review. That's right. I'll put up your review of Slapface on my channel. We're going to have a conversation about it. Everybody that watches the movie, I will allow you to come on the channel and give a review of it. Thank you, Skell. I appreciate you for tuning in tonight. Please let the people of Belize know that I've got a lot of love for them, and I love the progression that you guys are making. And also, I want to make some progression out in Belize as well. So be sure to spread the channel's name, man. I really appreciate that. So everybody, I'm going to pin the Slapface trailer so y'all can log out of this video right now and go watch the Slapface trailer. That's going to be an epic movie, you guys. I'm really proud of my brother for making this film. He actually directed and wrote the film. Shutter with double D's, Jay Brown. Yep, you already know. I think you were just writing that, actually. So everybody that watches the movie, I will allow you to come on the channel to do an exclusive review of Slapface. Yeah, that's right. I'm giving opportunities. You know, we can have a in-depth conversation about the film, and we can plug whatever you want to plug. So if you're a writer, if you're a performer, R&B, hip hop, if you're a director, music videos, anything like that, you know what I mean? All you got to do is watch this movie on Shudder, and you can actually download Shudder for free. You download Shudder, they're going to give you a 7-day trial. Or if you're just into horror films, you just keep it. I think it's $5.99 a month or something along those lines. So if you're if you're a fan of horror films, it might, you know, the website might just register with you. Very popular site, you guys. Not no rinky-dink site. Shudder is actually pretty much the Netflix of horror films, y'all. So Slapface getting to premiere on that platform is just amazing. Although I need to see more trailers for it in front of YouTube videos. That would be amazing. All right, you guys. So I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Remember, I will be here with news consistently. If we got breaking news, if I'm going to drop interviews. What the hell? The smoke. Oh, that smoke's just coming from right here. I was wondering where the hell I was coming. I'm like, what the hell? But the screen flipped shit over for you. But listen, y'all, if you're not following me on the gram, follow me right now. I'm going to post it here. Like I said, everybody that follows me, I will follow you back. Follow for a follow. Whoever follows me based on this video tonight, I will follow you. All 50 of you, all 49 of you still in the room, head over to Instagram. Follow me right now. I'm going to follow each and every one of you back, unless you're following me already. Going to give y'all just a second to do that while I get everything situated over here. It was a great live stream, you guys. I really had a good time tonight on the show. Yeah, we moving. We moving, baby. Everybody go shoot me that follow, and I will see you all on the next episode. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to be watching tonight. Yep. Looking like we tapping into a little bit of AEW Dynamite tonight. Love y'all, man. Mikey T, the movie star. We out. Slapface, February 3rd. The trailer is pinned. Watch it now.